Okay, so I just wanted to quickly show you how we are going to find our Google Meet for when we move to our synchronous lessons. Hopefully we will be able to get technology by the end of the month. That's a big fingers crossed, but we will see. Once we get the technology, we will be moving to two types of learning. We will do asynchronous and synchronous. Asynchronous is what we're doing right now, in that I will be posting videos and your child can watch them as they please, or they'll just be working on independent work. Maybe they're working on a website to practice skills, other things like that. Synchronous learning is where I'm going to be live teaching. So we are going to be, the medium we're going to use for that is Google Meet. So I will be on the Google Meet and your children will all be on the Google Meet so that we can meet together. I do want to point out that if your child, for whatever reason, either cannot make it that day, or if your child is at daycare and they can't get on to the call, or if they're at grandma and grandpa's or whatever happens, if they can't make it to the call, that is okay. It does not mean that they will be marked absent for that day. As long as I get, similar to how we're doing things without technology, as long as I get their work within 48 hours, I can still mark them present for that day. So if your child is at daycare every day and you do not have the capability for them to show up to all of our live meetings, that's okay. As long as you get their work to me within the 48 hours, they will be able to be marked present. Now, I want to show you how we're going to get to that synchronous space. So I am in the class link, and yours might look a little bit different than mine, but I'm going to find the Google Apps, and I'm going to go over to Google Classroom. And once I'm in Google Classroom, I'm going to click on the classroom. And up here in the top left corner is a Meet link. And so I'm going to click right on that, and that will take us to our synchronous meeting. So once this loads, there's a few different things I want to show you once we get in. So the first thing is to join. And I did that by clicking the button, that green button. Down here at the bottom, this is the microphone off or the mute button. We're going to be using that once your child comes on. We're going to want to make sure that that mute button is on, because there tends to be a lot of feedback in the background just with air movement or if people are moving around, and it makes it very hard to hear things and teach. The other thing you can do, this is the camera off button. That is always an option if you do not want your child on the camera, or if you are in a situation that you can't be having the camera on. Whatever the situation may be, if you choose to not to want the camera on, there is always that option. Up here is the chat. I won't be using this very often unless I'm using it to send a different link, whether they're going to like a specialist or something. And then the last thing that I want to show you with Google Meet is this leave call button. Actually, there's a few more things I want to show you, but the leave call button would be at the end of the meeting, or if you need to leave for any reason, you can always leave the call. In this bottom corner here, I do want to point out there's a few different things. So once we get a few different people in our meetings, they might want to change the layout. So if you click these three buttons down here and go to change layout, I recommend the tiled view. That way they're able to see all of the people who are in the call. And you can see down here at the bottom, it says maximum tiles to display. So you can change that up to be 50 people. We only have 23 kids in our class, so if you put it at 30, then you'll be able to see all of the kids and me. And then whatever I'm presenting as well. Then you can just click out of that and this should automatically change. And then to end the call, like I said, you're just going to leave call. And that will be how we use Google Meet. All right, thanks.